Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jon Pang Show. In today's episode, we're talking about my fight against time. We're talking about my hatred for scooters on the sidewalk and an encounter I had with a fan. Well, almost did at the furniture store. So stay tuned and let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Jon Pang Show. I am so happy to have you here. If it is your first time here, welcome to episode 7. And I am so excited about how everything is going. I want to give you a quick update about our progress so far. I believe we are almost at probably 30 to 50,000 plays, probably a bit more than that, and lots of downloads as well. And what I'm most excited about is that I have not officially heavily promoted the podcast yet. But what makes me the happiest is that I've gotten a lot of great comments and people were saying, hey, I like what you're doing. It is my favorite part of the day. You are my favorite background noise, which I like, and you are my favorite waste of time. So we're going to keep things going here. And I know, every time we begin an episode, people are like, Jon, we get it, this and that with the podcast, but I gotta fill the time, bro. But I just wanted to share with you more of the progress. So if you're watching this on video right now, I'm filming this on an iPhone. And actually, if you are somebody that wants to start doing social media, if you want to get into making video, I got to tell you that iPhone, for me, I have iPhone 16 Pro, or iPhone 16 or 17, I'm not sure. There's so many of them. But it is really an amazing tool to make content. And as you can see, we're filming this in 4K right now, and I'm very happy with the results. But, you know, as things are getting more serious and a bit more professional, and me, I am also considering doing more long-form content, well, like this podcast, it's time to make an upgrade. So hopefully the next episode you watch or see or hear or enjoy, or hopefully all those things, will be shot on my new camera. And at that time, there's probably going to be a lot of issues. Maybe it'll be blurry. Maybe there'll be some video issues. Maybe I'll just like mess up recording. It'll just stop recording during the middle of this podcast and I'll freak out. I will keep those in so that you can critique me and that you can enjoy this natural podcast. All right, everybody? So once again, thank you all so much for your support and your help. Things are going really good. Now, there's a lot I want to talk about today, and we got some great feedback from our last episode. As I told you before, I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. You know, it's, how do I say this? Doing a solo podcast has a lot of advantages as well as a lot of disadvantages as well. And I think one of the biggest disadvantages is really, you know, what are we going to talk about? You know, what topic should there be? What should the conversation be about? Generally, if there's a guest or there's someone else here, you know, I can kind of bounce back and forth with them. You know, we can have a natural, funny conversation. And me, if you've seen any videos of me talking with other people, I think I'm a great host. I also think I'm a great guest as well. But unfortunately for me, my setup right now, it's not very convenient. This space, actually, in case you don't know, this is my studio in my home. Actually is big enough to have guests, but to be honest with you, I don't want random people coming to my house. Okay, I don't want like random strangers coming to my house. Listen, I've heard some horror stories before. I used to work with another influencer. Yes, I hate that term influencer, but yes, that's what I am, okay? I have influence in this world, just a little bit. But anyways, I used to work with this other influencer, and he had a stalker. Now, granted, he's very handsome. I'm not handsome. I'm very ugly. I'm very short. I'm not the best-looking guy, but I got a great personality that's pulling its weight, all right? But this guy, very handsome guy, actually very popular, and he had a stalker. And basically, every day at our office, at the time we were in an office, the stalker would wait in our lobby at the elevator right there. And what they would do is if they weren't in the lobby, they would literally sit inside the elevator. And like every time this other guy had to leave, it was like the Secret Service and the president trying to get this guy out. Like we'd have to like coordinate different exits. This elevator would be like, okay, the stalker's in elevator A. Stalkers in elevator A. Get the president to elevator B. And it was really scary. Now, granted, I don't have a stalker that I know of, but I will admit that for me, I do get recognized a lot, and I'm very, very blessed. I'm very thankful for that. But you know, sometimes you want to keep things private. First of all, I'm very supportive, and I'm very happy and so grateful to again meet and talk to all my fans. But you know, you got to separate things. You can't have your personal life, your family details. You can't all have all that in the open, even though it's so easy to do that these days. But I also choose to do that as kind of like how do I say this? As a way to maintain my sanity as well. And what that means is that work is work and personal is personal. They are completely separate. You know, again, I'm always on tangents. I have two thoughts in my head, and I'm just like, where was I talking about again? I remember, yeah. So what I was saying is that I don't want strangers coming to my house. I don't want people knowing where I live. You know, it's a safety precaution is one of those things. You know, going back to what I was talking about, you know, keeping things separate, right? Like, so your personal life and your business life, your family life, right? I remember, so this is just my personal opinion, and if you are this type of creator, if you like this type of content that I'm about to talk about, don't get mad at me, okay? So I personally do not like lifestyle and vlogging creators. I don't like that kind of content. No, that's not. Let me. I need to be careful about how I say this. That's not what I meant. Like delete. No, we're keeping it all in. Okay, we're keeping it all in the podcast. What I'm trying to say. Okay, it's best if I share a story. Okay, so there's so many different types of content out there, right? And one type of content creator is like a personal vlogging lifestyle creator, right? And that means they share their life, they share their meals, they share their workouts, they share their family, their drama, they share everything with you, makeup, blah, 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 everything, their kids, whatever, right? And I remember I knew a creator like this. This was a long time ago, and this happened when I was at a house party, and it was our friend's birthday. And this girl was also like doing content, like, okay, we're at my friend's birthday party. Isn't it cool? Like her vlog, right? And it was my friend's birthday, and they bring the cake out. You know, we sing "Happy Birthday to You." My friend is so surprised. She's so happy. It's a great time. And then we all take a picture. And I remember distinctly this vlogging creator. She goes, wait. I didn't get the shot. Can we do it one more time? Can we sing one more time? Can we take another photo one more time? Like, everyone's like, what? Huh? Okay, so happy birthday. So we like pretended to like sing happy birthday one more time. And it was just, I don't know. It's like vlogging creators, they have to think about, how can I make this a piece of content? I'm going to the supermarket. I'm at the gym. I'm eating my food right now. Let me take a selfie. Let me take a video of this. It's too much. I really feel for these type of creators because one, well, that's like how they generate their income. And of course, listen, if you're very successful, you're getting rich doing that, hey, by all means, do what you got to do. I'm not hating at all. I'm just saying that I've tried it before, and it's exhausting. Like, honestly, I love going to the gym. I really do. I'm not the strongest guy, but I think I have some decent numbers for some lifts basically. And I remember like I tried to do a vlog of it, record myself, and I was like, what am I doing here? Like the gym for me is like my personal time alone. That's when I can meditate. That's like my meditation. For me, I think this is very important. I think in life, everybody needs to have a hobby or some kind of interest, okay? In life, everyone needs some kind of hobby or interest that can totally eliminate all their pressure, can totally eliminate all their distractions, can allow them to have clarity. So as an example for me, when I'm in the gym working out, that is the only time my mind is clear, that I'm not thinking about anything else because my mind is always racing. So for you as well, I'm sure you have that as well, right? Some people love to cook. Some people like to go for runs, right? Some people just like to spend time with their family, right? But this is what I'm getting at too. So going back to that vlogging creator where she's like, I got to make everything content. I got to film this, that, blah, blah, blah. There has to be a balance, especially if you're doing, not only if you're doing content, for anything. There has to be a balance where you're not just constantly focusing on your work or being distracted by everything, right? And a lot of that normally begins with, the things you do, things you watch. It also has to do with your phone, okay? So segueing into that, it's like when I'm with my family, if I'm at the restaurant with you, if I'm talking with you, I'm putting my phone down. I'm putting it on the table. Now, I'm not going to put it on Do Not Disturb because I think that's crazy. So if my family member calls me like, help, help, and I'm like, oh, I didn't get your call. I was on Do Not Disturb. I was on a coffee date, I won't do that. But I always do my best to kind of put my phone down and just focus on the person that I'm talking to be present, okay? I think that's really, really important. So it is very important, my friends, to be present whatever you're doing. Put the phone down. Just focus on what you got in front of you, your friends, your family. And if you don't have any friends or family, I'm sorry, I love you. I'll be your friend. I'll be your family. But I encourage you to focus on this podcast because I need the numbers, okay? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Anyways, that is another tangent by me. I apologize about that. Liz, I promise you, we are getting more organized. I've kind of written like not a script, but like bullet points of what I'd like to cover in the podcast today. All right, my friends. So there's just so much to talk about. I mean, I in some ways I'm like, okay, like maybe I started this podcast because I need therapy. I just need to talk about my issues, my problems, but no, it's not that. I enjoy it. This has really been a great challenge for me. And again, I just love that I can be a part of your lives in some way. All righty. So there's a few things I'm going to talk about today. And, as I'm recording this right now, I'll be honest with you. So generally, the audio version of the podcast is updated on Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. at Beijing time, okay? And that's about like 7 a.m. in New York, 5 a.m. Los Angeles time, something like that. Now, I'll be totally honest with you right now. I've been procrastinating. It is right now about 5 p.m. Sunday, which means I need to upload this in 3 hours. and that's the audio version. I still need to do video. I need to get those edited. I got to work with my editor, and I've been procrastinating a lot. And I want to ask you all a question. Do you ever feel like you just don't have enough time? Do you ever feel like you're constantly battling the clock? Do you ever feel like, as organized as you are, as much energy as you have, There's just so much to do. But no matter what you do, you just can't get it all done. And this is how I'm feeling right now. I think at my stage in life, with doing this podcast, with doing all my other content, with dealing with my family as well. And I think it's a good thing and a bad thing. And I kind of want to share how I've been feeling about that and how I've been like kind of dealing with these situations. And so, I try to be as disciplined as possible. I try to, for example, cook all my meals in advance. I try to like prepare outfits or at least have them ready to go. I try to write everything down. I have lots of like online scheduling tools I use, like websites. I have Excels. I outsource some of my work to, kind of help with my content. Our team is very small. Our team is only 3 to 4 people, but I think we do great work. I'm very proud of them. But with all these things, I still feel like I'm always lagging behind. And I don't know if this is, I said before, it's a good thing and a bad thing. I'm not sure if I'm beating myself up about it. And I'd be curious to see for you all if you kind of feel like how I'm feeling about this as well. Because on one end, I'm challenging myself. I'm trying to accomplish bigger and better goals. I am stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm getting stuff done. On the other hand, I'm like, you suck, you're lazy, you have this goal, you're not even there yet, you're not nearly there yet, the numbers aren't what they should be, but most importantly, the biggest negative I've been saying to myself is, get off the couch right now and work. Now, for all my listeners that are listening right now, I'm not an old guy. I'm not a young guy. Okay, I'm not that old, but I'm not that young. I'll leave it up to you to guess how old I am. But I will say that I'm at a stage in my life right now where I've worked a lot. I've worked for many different companies, many different bosses, many different startups. Lots of great, lots of bad, lots of horrible. And right now, for the last few years, I've been on my own team, my own company, et cetera, et cetera. I realized that as I've gotten older, that the fire I had before is not what it used to be. Like, before, I was like, I gotta grind, I gotta hustle, I gotta put food on my plate, I need success right now. So 24/7, hustling, working, like nonstop, like crazy, even sometimes not even hang out with my friends. But now at this stage in my life, and I think there's a lot of aspects to it, but now I'm not like as hungry as I used to be. Now, I attribute that to a few reasons. First one being I'm a bit more comfortable than I used to be. Before I had nothing. Before, if I wanted my dream to come true, it wasn't about it coming true. It had to come true. I have to be successful. There's no failure, right? Because before I had nothing. There are many times where when I started doing social media, when I started doing a content creator as a full-time content creator, there are many times where I couldn't pay the rent. It got very close many, many times. Luckily, I never had to borrow money. I'm very proud of myself for that. It is what it is. If you have to borrow money, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to borrow money. I'm just saying for me personally, I have seen how borrowing money can really hurt a lot of relationships. And for me, I really value my relationships with people, my friends, my family, right? That's all I'm saying, okay? And I mean in a bad way, okay? I'm not saying that if you borrow money before, that it's an issue, okay? I'm just saying for me personally. So before, it had to work. And now, because I'm a bit more comfortable and, I'm not really worried about the bills now, it's kind of like, okay, well, I can be a bit lazier, right? Another aspect of it, I'm thinking, well, maybe it's because I'm getting older. Because now, like, at my age right now, I'm like, well, work is very important. But also, family is important. My health is important. My fitness is important. My well-being is important. So, of this pie of the things I need to do, like, my career is definitely a huge part of it, but not as big as it used to be. The pie is more split up into other things as well. So I think there's just all these things happening. And I do want to thank my viewers here because I've expressed this before in some of my videos. And there were some comments that said, "Hey, man," there was a really great comment. I'm sorry, I don't remember that where it was from. I'm on some different places, and I can't show the message here because I don't have it, and I don't remember the person's name. But this person commented. They said, "Hey, man, I know like you're kind of like thinking like you want your podcast at these big numbers now, right? But remember before you said that you told the story of like you did social media for 8 years, you didn't make any money." Well, this is the same thing. You're beginning again. It's a new project, and that's definitely true. So I want to thank that person for kind of reminding me of where I am and where I should be, and I should still stay focused and just keep doing what I'm doing. All right. So it's been interesting, and I'd love for you all too that if you kind of feel the same way I do, like you have so many goals, you feel like you're doing everything right, but you just can't. No matter what you do, you just can't get it done. All right. Now, with that said, I do want to say to all of you, and I think this is super important, that remember, little goals, even a little progress, is better than nothing at all. So if you have something you've always wanted to do, well, get your butt up and start working on it. Make your plan of attack and attack every day, okay? Just chip away every single day as much as you can. That is the most important thing. I know many people my age, many people older, younger. I know many people that have told me they want to do this, they want to do that, but they've never even once attempted to even try to make their dreams a reality. So for you, my friends, please do that. And I hope that my story, if you've been following my story, can inspire you in some ways. And I'm also happy to help you in any way I can, just not financially. I'm not giving you money, okay? But I will support you spiritually. I will encourage you to make your dreams come true. I'm sorry, I need my money. I need my money to make my dreams come true, but I will support you the best I can. All right, my friends? So, yeah, it's been interesting, but again, this podcast is really been great for me. I think in many ways, it's really helped me to be more creative and help you guys get to know me more as well. All right? So, enough of that. By the way, I want to apologize. I realize that in my podcast, there's a lot of like... if you're listening, that's my nose, all right? I have allergies. What do you want from me? So I apologize if you're like, God, is he sniffling again? Is he like licking his lips again? Is he making noises? I'm sorry about that. And you may not notice it, but there's definitely a little bit of echo in this room, but I am actively working on that. I know this may not be like the best sound so far compared to your other podcasts, but I promise you I'm doing everything in my power to make it a better listening experience for you, okay? Now, enough of that. Enough of that chicken soup for the soul. Enough of this cheesy, you can do great, achieve your dreams. I want to talk to you about something that has really, really, really been infuriating me. Really has upset me. And it might be controversial, but I want you to hear me out. I think there will be a lot of people that will agree with some of the things I have to say, okay? So, I'm going to say it. I hate scooters. I hate crazy driving scooters so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to preface this by saying, I live in China right now. I lived in China for a long time. China is literally one of the safest places in the world to live. You can walk out from a bar drunk 3 o'clock in the morning, man or woman. And for the most part, nothing will happen to you. You won't get robbed. You won't get mugged. You won't get bad things happening to you. For the most part, it is a very, very, very safe place. I never had any issues here. That's my thing that I want to preface by saying this. But I will tell you, I live in a place called the Guangdong province in China, okay, in a place called Shenzhen. If you are not from China, you've probably heard a lot about Shenzhen. It's very popular now. It's crazy how popular Shenzhen has become in the Western mainstream media, especially like social media, right? Chongqing, Shenzhen, Shanghai, Beijing, blah, blah, blah. Now, I live in Guangdong, Shenzhen. And I can comfortably say every single day when I walk on the sidewalk, there is a 50% chance, probably higher, that I will get hit by a scooter or I'll probably die because a scooter just ran me over. And I feel like this problem has gotten worse and worse. Now, let me explain this for you a little bit. So I'm going to compare two cities. And if you are Chinese right now, don't get mad, okay? This is my experience living here in China, okay? And for those of you outside of China, let me give you some context as well. Because let me explain this for everybody. So first of all, I'm also aware there are other countries in the world where scooters are much crazier, okay? I've seen them as well, okay? I'm just telling you about, for me, my experience living here in China, okay? So if you don't know, in China, the main sources of transportation is cars, obviously, but also bikes and scooters, okay? Electric scooters and bicycles. And, of course, you have the subway station and buses, blah, blah, blah. Now, I lived in Shanghai for over 15 years. And the one thing I really like about the design of Shanghai is that all the streets have a dedicated bike and scooter lane. So you have the lane for cars, and then you have the lane for bikes and scooters. And the sidewalk is the sidewalk. Scooters and bikes, for the most part, do not drive there. They stay in that special bike and scooter lane. Now, when I moved to Shenzhen, I realized that it's not the same. In Shenzhen, for the most part, I know they've been making small changes recently, but for the most part, bikes and scooters share the sidewalk with pedestrians. So you have the sidewalk with hundreds of people, hundreds of scooters, hundreds of bikes, more people usually. And everybody is just mixing in and out together. Now, here's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is, as a pedestrian walking on that sidewalk, and maybe this is just me, there have been many times where I'm walking, listening to music. If I would have just accidentally stepped to the left, I definitely would have gotten hit by a scooter. For sure. If I saw somebody, my friend, walking down the street, and I just said, hey, put my hand out to wave to them, I definitely would have gotten my hand hit by a scooter, for sure. Now, there are many reasons for this, all right? And again, I want to preface to everybody, I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody or anything, but for me, it does kind of suck that I don't feel safe sometimes walking on the street. Every day, I'm like, dude, I could have just gotten hit by a scooter every single day. Now, I think there was a number of reasons for this. Now, first of all, these streets, right? Actually, a lot of the streets in Shenzhen, the sidewalks, they have like a line. They draw like, okay, this is where the bikes and scooters should be. Okay, it's like just a line. It's not a separated. It's not like there's like actually like a wall or a separated lane. It's usually like a line on the street. The problem is the people walking on the street, they walk in that area too. They don't care. Neither do I. How can you get? It's you're just walking. You're just like get through your day, right? And then the bikes and scooters, they do the same thing. Nobody cares. If you're a bike or scooter, what are you going to say? You're going to say, hey, get out of the bike lane, get out of the scooter? No, you're just going to try to get through, right? Because there's so many people. Now, on top of that, okay, and here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say. And also, to all my friends here, if you're listening right now, if you live in China, you're Chinese, okay, you live here. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, okay? I'm just trying to share how I feel. In China, we have an amazing, amazing delivery system. A lot of delivery and logistics, transport is done by scooters. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. These delivery people, men, women, young, old, in my opinion, and even globally, truck drivers, et cetera, these are the people that make our lives better, that make our lives more convenient. I salute these people, and I want to say thank you for making my life easier. I appreciate you. I love you, okay? The problem is, though, is that generally, if we're talking about food delivery, guys, so if you don't know, in China, most food delivery is done by scooter. It's very, very fast, very convenient. In China, when you order food, generally it's going to arrive within 20 to 30 minutes. Yes, you just get on the app, order something, it's there really fast. The problem is, though, is that, and all of you, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? If the delivery driver is late, they get penalized. So as an example, if your food was supposed to arrive in 30 minutes, then if it's overtime, what happens is that the app will then compensate you. Maybe give you like a $5 coupon, whatever. Give you something in return, basically. Now, I'm not sure, but I would assume if the driver, the delivery person, if they are late, well, then that might affect their rating. Maybe they get penalized. So that system is very, very stressful. On top of that, the restaurant's late. There's traffic. There's other scooter drivers. There's so many rain, weather. There's so many different factors. But because of this system, that means these delivery drivers are driving like crazy, going in and out of traffic. I see a lot of times you're just walking down the street. There's people everywhere. They will cut in front of other scooters, cut in front of other people because they need to get to their destination as fast as possible. But because of this, it's dangerous. If there was a separate scooter and bike lane in the street with the cars, I feel like problem solved. That's how they do it in Shanghai. Now, if you're listening, if you can tell me if you understand city planning, if you understand why it's designed this way, please tell me, let me know. I would appreciate that. Now, delivery drivers is one thing. The other thing, too, is that people in general in China, and I'm a victim of this, and I do this a lot too. I feel like in China, if you've lived here for a while, I feel like everyone's in a rush. Maybe it's the city I'm in because I've always felt, because I lived in Shanghai, in Shenzhen, I just feel like everybody's like always go, 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 in a rush, in a rush, in a rush, right? Compared to like maybe like another city, like maybe like I feel like, for example, Xiamen and Chengdu is more like, oh, maybe slower pace of life. But I feel like Shanghai, Shenzhen is really go, 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 rush, 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 basically. And I just feel like everybody needs to get to where they need to go as fast as possible. And that is translating to scooter drivers as well. I seen yesterday a woman she's behind two scooters. They're not driving slow at all. They're going fast enough to kill someone if they hit them. And she's just like, nah, I'm going to just drive around them, basically. Now, the problem is she wants to drive around them, but I'm walking the other way. She almost hits me. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is madness. So, listen. Again, I want to say again, as an American, there's probably a lot I don't understand about it. But I can tell you, my Chinese family, majority, if not all of my Chinese friends, all feel the same way as well. These scooters are super dangerous. And I also understand that some parts of China, there's too many of them. So they haven't really figured out the right way to kind of like, I guess, segment them. If I'm wrong, tell me. But what is the solution here? I don't want to feel like when I'm walking on the street that I'm going to die all the time, okay? Maybe you're saying, yeah, you're not going to die. Stop it. Stop being so dramatic, blah, 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 blah. It never happens. Get out of here. Are you insane? Listen, if you look for these, you can go on, any social media app you're on. I don't know why, but like some of these social media apps, they just recommend me like subway fights in China and also scooter accidents and motor and car accidents. They happen all the time. And listen, you may say I'm being dramatic. All it takes, okay? And another thing, all it takes is for one guy or girl to be on their phone on the scooter. I see people do that all the time. Are you so addicted to your phone, okay? You have to watch a video while you're on the scooter or phone? Seriously? I'm not talking about looking at a map for directions. I'm talking about people on TikTok and Douyin while you're driving. All it takes is for one person to clip you, and all of a sudden, okay, well, you broke your knee. Your knee just caved in. Your knee just collapsed, basically. That's it. And then what? Oh, well, they'll get caught. Okay, fine. They get caught. You use a camera. They get caught. What are you going to sue? Well, they don't have any money. Then what do you do then? Okay. Oh, and even if you do get money from them, well, sorry, your leg is messed up for a year, half of you can't walk, right? It's insane. And what if I have kids? I see this all the time. Like, dude, like, what happens if you're walking with your kid? Some guy just, I just want to zip through these pedestrians, zip through traffic, hits your kid. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's all I want to know. Am I wrong? And if I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. But if I'm not, can you please tell me what is a solution, okay? I don't know. It's just, that's really been bugging me. Like, I walk to my gym, and every time I walk there, it's just always somebody guaranteed to hit me. Listen, I want to look at my phone as well. I want to walk and just look at my phone, scroll stupid videos, and make sure everything will be okay. But I realize every time I do that, if I don't look where I'm going, someone probably hit me. Okay. I'm sorry. It bothers me. I'm not, maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Please let me know, okay? Please let me know. Anyways, I'm all fired up. I'm sweating. I want to read you guys a comment. As I get to the end of my episodes, guys and girls, I usually want to follow this format. First, we start off with talking about what's been going on recently and, getting to our main subject. And also, I'd like to respond to some of your comments. And I'm really happy. So the other day, I was at IKEA. I was buying furniture. And we have a friend here. He sends me a message. He says, "Hello, I saw you at IKEA, but you looked really serious." You look really serious. You look like you didn't want to be disturbed. And so I wanted to say hi, but I didn't want to. I just want to say hi to you here. So first of all, I want to say to everybody here, if you see me in public, please say hi. Please say hello to me. I would love to meet you. I'll probably ask to shake your hand and ask your name because to me, that's a sign of respect. I want to know your name, and I want to shake your hand. If you don't shake hands, it is what it is. You can give me a hug, whatever. Well, maybe don't give me a hug, but I don't know. Maybe I stink, you stink. You never know what could happen, right? But please say hi to me. I'm totally okay with that. If you see me in public, I don't know why, but like in my videos, I look like an idiot all the time. I'm smiling, hey, right? But in public, I do kind of look like super serious, like maybe it's the bald head, maybe it's the tan. Maybe it's the muscles. Yeah, I don't know. But I do tend to be looking too serious sometimes. But please say hi to everyone. Now, here's the thing, though. If you see me in public, I am very happy to meet you. Please say hi to me. I love all of my subscribers. But do not say hi to me when we're in the bathroom. Do not be at the stall next to me taking a pee and be like, "Oh, my God. I'm your fan. Nice to meet you." No, bro. I'm not going to shake your hand. Not going to say hello to you. I'm not going to take a selfie with you at the urinal, okay? If I am eating a meal, I'm in mid-meal. Hey, I know you're fine. Don't bother me while I'm eating. At least let me stop chewing, put the food down, and then talk to you, okay? If you see me, I'm on a date, okay? And you see I'm talking to this lady, I'm doing a good job, putting in work, it's going to be a good night. Don't come in there and block me, bro. Don't be like, "Hey, what's up, bro? I know you. I'm trying to put in work here. Don't mess up my flow, man. Don't mess up what I'm trying to do, all right?" If I'm at a clothing store, changing my clothing in the in the fitting room. Okay, this is going a little too far. I'm being a little dramatic now. Don't bother me then. But any other time is totally okay, my friends. All right? Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm so grateful for all of your guys' support, guys and girls' support. We are available everywhere. If you're watching this, if you're watching it, please do me a favor. Please leave a comment. That is super helpful for me, okay? I would really appreciate that. The comments help a lot. The likes help a lot. If you're listening on a podcast platform, hey, like and leave a review, just 5-star review. If you like it, tell everybody about it. It's very helpful for me. Again, this is a separate venture in my life. It is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm so committed to doing it. And if you can support me, hey, I'd be happy to have your support. I would love you for that, okay? So guys and girls, please remember, let me know what you thought about today's episode. I know that maybe you come from a country that has these issues too. If you don't come from a country that has a lot of scooters and traffic like that, maybe you live, for example, in Los Angeles where, it's all cars. You could share some stories about how people drive badly, road rage, okay? If you live in a country where there is a lot of bad scooter traffic as well, if you're in China, hey, tell me what you think about this. Again, listen, I'm not blaming anybody for this. I know it's a complicated situation. I'm just telling you how I feel, my personal experience, and considering the safety of my future children. Okay, guys and girls? So, with that said, Thanks again, and I will see you next time.